it doesn't seem to. It should be scheduled, and then it just starts, but it's not even there in the event in today's events. Nah, really strange. I definitely have 5,000. It's saying that I have 5,200 right now, so should be all good. But anyway, I message Viking now. Hey, new stream info doesn't even get to the. Sorry about that. So is your streaming working, Zeus? Just about out of interest. I guess you're at the gym now or something because of the time zone. You can just type in the chat. But we are streaming. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Tuesday the 11th of March. Yeah, yesterday was the first time it worked. Oh, okay. I'll get that sorted. Hopefully today. Oh, look at that. FT push. Is this the .com bust 2.0? Oh, we're getting close. I am seeing CT crypto like Twitter start to capitulate and be like, "What's going on?" So we're probably close to a bottom. We have hit the target that well, the first target that Will and Stu were talking about in their bearish thesis ages ago, up at 100k, which was what 76, 77. So let's just check the long to short ratio really quick before I actually just get into the charts. So as of right now, 270, still 70% long counts in the market has come down from 3 to 1 to 2.35 to 1, but yeah, still quite a lot of longs. I am one of those longs, to be fair. A lot of us are probably those longs. So I think the plan of action for my long, I'm in from, what is my entry price? 77045. So yeah, I think the aim of the game here is to just put my stop underneath the weekly open now. Wait, if it loads, probably this swing. Yeah, probably just under here. I mean, if we lose the daily, yeah, we'll go back into here and I'll try and relong it. So I'm gonna just try and protect my capital and probably de-risk it. We are above the weekly open right now, so we could go and test a little bit higher, which is quite nice. But you know, we also might just come down and start doing something like that as the markets are going down. But I am in a few longs on 3x, so we can talk about those for a sec. I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's definitely probably not fully done, but at least we are gaining above the weekly open on the 4 hour, which is at least something nice. So yeah, I'm in a Bitcoin long. I'm also in an ETH long. That's got too much stuff on the chart. And we can delete all this scribble now that didn't happen. So yeah, I had a few orders stacked. It was about 1,800 to yeah 1,780. So I'm in from this demand zone here, and I've already taken off about 15% just to de-risk it, and my stops are like yeah 1,740, 50. So I'll probably take most of my trade off at the weekly open, expecting a bearish retest for now. Um, but yeah, looking pretty decent. It's just a little scalp. There's lots of demand down here, and yeah, I'm only on like 3 or 4x, so it's pretty chilled. It's pretty darn chilled. As for some altcoins, I hope if anyone was watching some of these stupid pockets that if they took them, they had nice decent stops on or controlled their risk, because it was looking semi decent. Here around the 4 hour close at 4 p.m. for me. But for example, I think I said Arve was one to watch, and literally like 2 hours after the stream, it just dropped just before Vikings. Where was it? Yeah, currently actually above its weekly open now and back in the Stuber pocket. So we didn't actually, I guess we got a 4 hour close below, but it's gained it back quite easily with the weekly open, and we've got into this demand now. So to be honest, I'm only really expecting maybe like a test of March or up here in 195, but it's still worth a little pump for a scalp for me. Low leverage scalp. But yeah, XRP was the other one, and I hope if anyone did end up taking it, they at least had a stop. I personally, I don't think I took it just because when I got back from the gym and it was just before a Vikings stream, it looked like we were just in a little bit of a free fall. And then yeah, last night I was watching the carnage with a little drink. But I did. So one thing I did do was, for example, like where is it? Dot. I was looking at this chart, guys, and I was like, should I just buy a little bit on like 3x? Should just buy like a tiny bit. And so, yeah, I bought a little tiny bit of Dot on 3x, and the entry price is 3.67. So all the way down here. So I could put a nice stop on that at like 3.6 on 3x and just hope this at least comes up and retests, like 4.2, 4.45 would be great. But not too much hope, to be honest. Market's still in a downtrend. We haven't gained anything back, and, this is just, it's like all-time low. So I was like, let me just set a couple orders like really low down. And yeah, they didn't all get hit, but a couple of them did. I should probably de-risk it, because I only just woke up like half an hour ago. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Is anyone in any trades? And ooh, look at that liquidity tap. Yeah, so we haven't taken all of it just now. I definitely think we could get another, another flash one. But the good sign is on this pump, people are shorting. So what does that mean? Obviously, everyone's really, really quick to long the dip, and there are too many longs in the market right now because we've been dipping. Once these longs get cleared and the long to short ratio goes back to 50-50, say we get like a big down wick, 70k or something, 72k, the bounce is people are gonna be shorting the shit out of this next bounce. So when we do eventually get some trend change, I do think we're gonna rip all the short liquidity in one go. Excuse me. I do think that's gonna happen, and it's very likely. So yeah, almost taken it all. Almost. There is, yeah, we've almost taken everything to the downside. ADA holding the fib. Oh, I am in a long on ADA as well, because it's holding the fib. Yeah, what am I in from? I only got one of my orders hit, the top one. 0.65 on the dot. Yeah, it's up 45% on 4x. Nice. Really good. Really, really good. Love that. Happy birthday. Thank you, Sam. To be honest, guys, I don't really have the heart to say it, but my birthday's actually on Thursday in 2 days. But it's close enough. I'm happy that someone said it. Yeah. But I don't really have the heart to say, oh, it's actually in 2 days, Adrian, but thanks. Because I'm happy enough. Bro, I hate like being the main character in whatever. I'll tell him. You know, I told him it was on Thursday, innit? And Tuesday, Thursday, same thing. 11th, 13th, it's the same. It's close enough. It's close enough, guys. Them English words hard. Yeah, but I mean, it's the same. It's the same shit, guys. Like, until Thursday, then screw you. Sorry, man. I can't live a lie, guys. Doesn't matter. You still a brat. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna be 26 on Thursday. But guys, I made it into the 90s, just about. I'm like on the cusp of a millennial, like I'm half millennial, half Gen Z. If okay, I'll prove that I'm half millennial. Is that my first Pokemon game was um what was it? It was Sapphire, I think. Back in the day. Had to borrow one of my dad's friend's Game Boy Colors or something. So that proves I'm a millennial at heart. Do I have older siblings? Yeah, I have a twin sister who's younger and an older sister. So I got two sisters. There you go. Yeah, I got an older sister who's like 2 years older. She's 97. So we just made it. But anyway, that's slightly off topic. I'm half millennial, half Gen Z. I think I empathize. I see myself more as millennial, as a millennial, because when I was in school, like year 9 was when social media got really big in school. So I still had the childhood with no social media and stuff, and like playing outside as a kid. So yeah, I'll take that. Now I've got time to plan something. No, please don't. Hey, those memes are jokes. That's literally me clocking in for work at 11 a.m. Well, clocking it. It's not even work for the stream. You gotta be hot, right? They're both taken, Zeus, and so are you. If you're in that 1998, 99, 98 mark, if you're a younger sibling, you're probably millennial. Yeah, tell your sister I said happy birthday. My wife is the youngest of three and is 1998. Full millennial energy. Yeah. That 1997 to 1999, technically they're Gen Z. Technically, if you like look it up, but they're definitely more millennial because when they were growing up, for example, like 8, 9, 10, 11, like we were in the pre-social media age. We didn't have social media basically growing up. That's why I feel like a millennial. Until about, I guess, like we had to go to the what? Did you guys have the family computer in the spare room to log on to Facebook for 30 minutes? Yeah. So MSM live, dial in to connect to RuneScape. Exactly. But anyway, we're getting off topic here. I am what? I don't even know what I was saying. Yeah, so I'm in an Ada long, from actually here, from Q2. So I had some orders set. This was actually the only Stuber that was holding, and um, I had some orders set in between Q3, Q2, and March actually in this area. And the reason why I had that set is because if you go and take your measuring tool from Q2 to here, it's about a 5% loss to 2-1. But so if you ladder higher, the low you get. So say you do like 100. This is just an example. 100, 120, 140, 160. So only the first one got hit basically. But if it did bounce into that, I would have had quite a nice trade with most of the heavy orders near to the stop loss. So it kind of mitigated the risk. And I was only on. To be fair, 4x is quite a lot for the risk that I just put on there, but should have been 3x. Anyway, yeah, it's holding the Stuba right now, and it's currently above its weekly open, which is nice. If we can gain, 7.475, we'll be looking at a test of 8-1, and I'll be very, very happy with that. even though it is only one of my orders, but 25% gain is, oof, it's good stuff. Yeah, I guess we should just go into sort of like the lower time frames and possibly, ooh, Doge hit this complete swing. I think I've got too many lines on this chart. But yeah, Doge is hitting its swing from all the way back in October 24 to November 24, I guess. Interesting. Not really substantial evidence along for me. Yeah, what's Link doing? I did have my eye on Link. I'm gonna just delete all these. Oh, Link's still in the pocket as well. Okay. So another one to watch, actually, that you guys can watch after this is Link for a possible regain of May and August. So we've held this demand zone. We've held this AA6, which is the bottom. I don't know why I say bottom like that. Yeah, we closed above it on the 4 hour with a nice wick. So that's obviously now the low for me. That's the low we don't want to lose. Well, it's more like 12.45. But yeah, we perfectly touched Q4. We've gained the daily open and August. If we can gain, to be honest, this would be great. But May would be a start, and then weekly open would be golden. But yeah, I mean, if we come down here again, I don't think it does need to retest the daily open, but it's possible that you could try a little long because we have a demand zone here, and if you do it underneath the 886, you can, 2% ish. Could be on 4x. It's not the worst. It's not the worst to risk, but it's also not the best. So, yeah, that's about it for me, I think, and what I'm watching at the moment. I was watching AVAX, but boy, this was in freefall last night, and I did not want to touch it. So let's see if we can get the regain of the weekly open. Yeah, to start changing this trend. So yeah, let's have a look. Club Penguin was my shit, Felix, bro. That was my shit. That was just when like social media was starting to become a thing, but the internet and like everything was pure enough that no one gave a shit and like everyone wasn't snowflakes and like you could be like weird and like outrageous and everyone had a soul and originality. Now everything's just boring and soulless and all the same. But yeah, Club Penguin was so good. I had to beg my dad to put like £5 on it one time. Literally, just I was like, please, can you just put like £5 on it? And he was like, £5 on a computer game, like some boomer in it. And I convinced him, and I think I got a little puffle and a little outfit, and my friends were gassed. And then you could go play that little sledging game. They had like loads of mini games in Club Penguin as well. Yeah, unreal. Really a golden age. Now that I think about it, because that must have been before Halo. No, I guess it depends which one. I was only 8 years old when the original Modern Warfare came out as well. Me and Stu were just talking about all the games that he used to play back in the day. Can you look at Soul for sure? A1Z6. Wait, is that A16Z? Let's do Soul first. So, Soul is at, for me, the all-time. This is big support for me. Probably, yeah, 113 to 125. Now, with Soul, this is obviously a good area for spot, if anything. For trade, that weekly open in May I would like to regain that. ideally, just because we have hidden bearish on the daily, which to be fair could have already just played out because this printed on Friday and then we obviously dumped over the weekend into Monday. Um, it's not a bad place for some spot. However, yeah, I'm very aware that we could get into like $92 to $100 if we bearishly retest this weekly open in May. So be careful if you're trading this. The reason why I didn't want to long this pocket again is because it just didn't really feel right to me. We were just breaking down. Like I caught along on what 127 last time, and it obviously did like 40%. So I was tempted to do it this time, but you know, we only had a 3.5% and we just cut straight through. So I'd say on Sol, spot, great. You can load up spot here. It's fine. You can load up spot 100, 90 to 92 as well. And then obviously if we get down into 65 to 70, then we're really wrecked. But yeah, those are your spot zones. In terms of the tradable side, you really want to wait for a regain of the weekly open in May for, to take a trade now. Or possibly a retest of the daily open, but less likely because we are in a downtrend still. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Sol. We are obviously very, very oversold. So, if we touch here, bearishly retest, and then hold the daily open, which is quite unlikely as we're in such a harsh downtrend, then yeah, you could obviously punt along here, and then you could put your stop like a little like not too far lower. Or a gain of May would probably take you up to September, conversely, which would be nice, and that's 6 to 10%. It's not the best. Modern Warfare 2 fucking ghillie suit, yeah. That was actually my first COD. First proper COD that I got on a console. And it was perfect. That era was perfect, man. And another reason why I feel like I'm a millennial is because I was raised on those COD lobbies. Like, it's funny to think that like Max and Will's generation, it's not generation, they're just slightly older than me. If we were in the same COD lobbies, I would be that little kid that was getting bullied. For sure. That little kid with the squeaky voice. Ah, it's funny, man. And then after a couple years, you like learn to do it yourself. But anyway, Zeus was only a little 10-year-old when the original Modern Warfare came out. Little 10-year-old. So yeah, that's let's have a look at XRP, and I actually would like to get a fresh chart for this. So XRP is an interesting one. We've defended the swing here. We haven't closed below it on the swing. We did close below on the Stuber, but we've since regained it, and we're trying to regain the weekly open in March right now. So, there actually could be. I guess that's a new low, so we kind of need to switch it now to that, really. But if we were to regain this, or say we do that and then do that, I would be targeting this upper Stuber pocket now for a possible short. And I think this coincides quite nicely with these highs right here. Yeah, that looks quite good to me. And we do have some bull div here. So the gain will take us higher. So I would watch out for that. Yeah, bull div. Cash flow. I don't really use this Middle cash flow. I should probably take it off. I can't take it off. Anyway. So yeah, that's another interesting setup that could be a possibility. I think I already talked about Ada, Sol, we talked about Sol, Popcat. Let's have a look at Popcat. Now, Popcat is also coming near to its all-time low, so it's possible that I could do a little dot on this. It's just where do you catch it? And like, this is the all-time swing low, I think, or on the chart at least. Say you were to try and front run it at 2.5. See, that's just the risk is just crazy. I'm actually not going to set any limits on Popcat just because it's too volatile. But yeah, it's also yeah. If we start getting some bottomy price action on Popcat around 0.12, I'm going to try and get on a 2 or 3x long just because even just up to the weekly open is a 40% and up to here, which it could easily go back to, it's like 60-70%. So that's one thing I'm also keeping an eye on, but don't set limits for this because it's super, super volatile. You want to wait for it to like bottom on the hourly, basically something like that, but on the swing. To be honest, possible long up to there. Nah, there's nothing there yet. There is nothing there yet, sire. Yeah, so another thing of interest for a bounce is Sui in this area. Obviously, it's not a bad idea to think about loading a little bit of spot up. Obviously, just be aware that if we do drop Q4, it's going to be a harsh 40 to 50% drop down into these lows. Which right now, I mean, I find it quite unlikely, just with the amount of short liquidity that's probably up at December in the yearly open. I found it quite unlikely that we just drop straight through. However, I probably could see this going to $1 in the future or 80 cents once we top out and get in the bear market. But this is not a bad area for a potential sort of like spot trade, not spot bag, spot trade, or low leverage long. I mean, if you bought spot and it does go up to December, it's 100%. So, you can weigh that one up. You can weigh that one up. So yeah, we could have a look at some of these stuff at the bottom. Let me look at the chat quick. Yes, sorry. A116Z. Yeah, let's do that. It's right here. Oh my lord. Let's go and buy a bit. Wrecker rude. Oh dear. Yeah. Apologies if you're holding this. It just looks the same as Griffin. I'm holding Griffin, so I guess it's quite similar. So I would say you're probably better off shorting this at the moment. Nah, I don't like that. So I'd say this is obviously very clearly still in a heavy, heavy downtrend. Yeah, this is all going to act as heavy, heavy resistance here. everything in here. And to at least start something bullish, you want to obviously gain the daily open. There's a possible scalp in here, just because this is a 15-minute swing with wicks into the band and we got the combination band. But I'm not really, I don't really like that, if I'm completely honest. It's a possible trade just because 2%. You could take it on 5 with 10% of your account and possibly get a 6 to 7% gain. It's not the worst, but it's also not really the best. On the higher time frame, it's pretty dead until we start gaining some of this like weekly open. Really, it's actually 0.2. That swing. It's gonna keep being wrecked, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Yeah, I just don't really see anything there. Short at the top, maybe 189, but then you would have regained daily open. Yeah, that would be. Whoops. Get the measuring tool. That would be about 4% to the daily open. So yeah, that's probably the only trades that you could maybe take, and even then, you're really pushing it. Double down on Popcat, yo. I will be trying to get a 2x long. Don't worry. Stop beating memes. I've been trading Popcat so well over the months. She's been really good to me. I don't actually, contrary to popular belief, I don't actually own any spot Popcat. You know, like I never have. I literally just traded it since like what here, and I've been like 40% raw, 40% raw, 40% raw, and then maybe a couple shorts in here, a little one there, little one there. Does me well. Does me well. Also, Phantom. That's Sonic, right? Yeah, I should stop bidding beams though for sure. Should I start bidding utility instead? What? Where's injective? No, I'm joking. A disclaimer: if you do want to set some limits for something which has a decent invalidation, injective is not a bad shout. So one, heavy demand in the 7.7 to 7.6 area. What you could do is, I guess, 7.8 to 7.55-ish. It's about a 3.5% range. Stop can be at 7.4, 7.5, anywhere in between here. Although, just be careful, you might wick into here, stop you out and come back. However, I do have more limits set in between 7.1 to 6.8. So, first one's in here, stop. Second one's put sort of like in here if we do come further. I think they're on 3x, so do with that what you will. We are bearishly retesting the weekly open at the moment. The reason why I'm setting limits on injective is because $7 is actually the area where I accumulated most of my bag pre-bull market levels. It was around here, $6. I actually bought a little bit at $3, but not enough. Start of 2023, yeah. And I fumbled it at $1. I fumbled injective at $1 and fed underneath 10 cent. And then only sold 20% of my port at the high. Lol. Round trip the rest. We love it, don't we? Look at that. Look at that hopium, guys. I'll have to delete that. Rumour: Warren Buffett's Berkshire to allocate portion of 334 billion cash into Bitcoin. It's going to happen for sure. Drive it lower, bro. They're going to drive it lower, guys. Lol, the rover is a clown. I'm in a short and I might just leave it. Yeah, you might as well. Just go back to it quickly for you. So yeah, you don't want to gain that daily now. That's already tested if you invert it. Excuse me. If you invert it, yeah. So this has been tested. You don't really want to lose that, but also weekly open and lots of support in here, which could be tested. So yeah, looks fine. Trump's crypto portfolio is down 300 million. Lol. Oh, I think someone's ringing my door. Guys, I've got to be 2 minutes. Can you switch on the can someone actually? There's not even that many of you in here. I might stop my recording here.